Hey everyone, I have been so excited to show you our laundry room remodel. It has been my very favorite room. It's been done for almost a year now, and I just love it. Every day when I walk through here, it just makes me so happy. Of course, before we did this, every time I walked through that room, which it's our main entrance through the house, because we come in through our garage and not the front door. So it was like major clutter station all the time, and it was very annoying. I'm very, very proud of it. I think it came together great, and we did it for so cheap. I'm going to break it down for you guys on the blog so that you can see just how inexpensive this was. And here is our door. I wanted the sliding barn door, and I'll show you why. The door that opened into the laundry room took up a lot of space. I knew that I wanted a glass door, and I knew I wanted it to be frosted, but those doors were so freaking expensive. I did a lot of research, kept watching on Facebook Marketplace. Ultimately, I think we bought this glass door from a guy for $10, I want to say. I'll have to check with Art and make sure I'm right on that. But long story short, I'll show you here in a second how we kind of added or built around it. Anyway, we'll talk about all of that in the blog. But are you ready to see the reveal of this laundry room? I'm really, really proud of it. Okay, here we go, guys. Here is my door. But here it is. So I'm going to put a before photo. Rocky's helping give this tour today. The before photo, when you see that, you'll notice that when they were here, I did have a shelf that I had built above it, and that just became everybody's dumping ground. When they came in the door, they just dumped everything there, and no matter how often I cleaned it, they constantly just kept dumping their stuff there. These floors, I love them. I just did the pill and stick tiles. I did them all by myself, didn't even need anyone's help. But I did that just right over my tile that was already there. And I did that so that it was number one, easy, number two, cheap, and number three, not permanent. So, but I mean, so far, they're as permanent as they need to be for now. And then I did paint the walls of this gray color. Originally, I was going to do the whole house in this color and do all of my trim and all of my doors in this dark gray. And I've since decided it's a little too dark. So I think, and as you can see, I have not finished. I've painted the boys' doors, but haven't done this side of the house over here yet. It's still white. But that gray is so dark. I love it. I really, truly do. So I'll probably still do the trim like that, but I'll probably do the rest of the walls a little bit lighter gray just to help it reflect some more. But anyway, back to the laundry room. Let me back up if Rocky would stay out of my way so that you can see this. So I knew I wanted to stack this washer and dryer so that I would have more space because it is not a very big laundry room. And as you can see, I'm all the way back up against the door. So when you walk in, it's a very short walkway over here. So it's not a big space. And I wanted to make this multifunctional, and I knew I wanted multiple things to happen in here. So my number one thing was I needed extra storage. I also am so tired of having to go find the step stool or whatever whenever I am trying to get up to higher spaces. So I knew that I wanted steps built in here so that I could reach my higher shelves without having to go get the step stool down or out or find it wherever it's at. I am planning to eventually build some more cabinetry up here that will be more decorative on the front and open on this end so that I can slide things in that way. So that's a future plan. And then this, we just happen to have this. So what happened here was the builder's grade cabinets that were back there you can't really even call it cabinets because they didn't have doors on them. It was just like cabinetry or shelving that was on there. Well, when we took them off, it really tore up the wall. And so we repaired it as best as we could, but it didn't look pretty. And rather than spend more money trying to buy drywall and stuff, we actually already had this stuff in the garage. And so I just decided to piece it together. And I did that one weekend while Art was working, and then surprised him when he came back over the next weekend and showed him what I had done. And he was surprised. Ultimately, we did that so that it gave it like that industrial slash farmhouse vibe. I bought this little laundry cart. It rolls, and so I like that. It has two compartments there. It even has pockets. We never use those, but it has them if we wanted to. And then my other thing with this room was that I wanted it to have a bowl for Rocky's food. And I'll show you where his water dish is later. It's in a different area because we only had space for the one in here. Also, by the way, he does need to access his water daily, obviously. He needs to access his water at any time. And I didn't want his water to be in here because the door might be shut occasionally. And so I'd rather his water be in the kitchen, but yet the kitchen was too crowded for his food to be in there, if that makes sense. So anyway, just problems that other pet owners may have as well. So we put the food dish in here and it has worked out just great. And then down here we had these extra hardware pieces that was actually left over from when we did, or we'll do Elijah's door. So when we replaced the barn doors, when we put up the new barn doors in my bedroom, that freed up those two doors. So Aiden and Elijah's rooms, their doors were really beat up from just being teenage boys, having animals that stay in their bedrooms and stuff. So their doors were really kind of a lot more worn than the ones that came off of my bathroom and my closet. So that is why when we did those barn doors, we painted my two remaining doors, put them on Aiden and Elijah's room, and then sold Aiden and Elijah's doors. So anyway, once we sold those, that's how we had this leftover hardware here that we then were able to repurpose in other places. So again, we had some extra hardware. So with that, I used that and I made these steps able to lift up, and I just keep my storage down there of my all my cleaning supplies and everything. It's not pretty, but hey, that's real life. And then you can see this cabinet. The reason why we built this was because the dryer vent, well, the dryer was actually over here instead of over there. And so when we stacked them, the vent was showing right here. And then once it was all done and I finished in here and we changed out the light fixture and everything, I had this hanging here for my brooms and stuff, and it just didn't feel right. So I asked Art if he could build me some kind of cabinetry to where it would feel more built in and not just like a bunch of random brooms just hanging on the wall. So he came up with this, and it has worked great. It feels so much more organized and everything, and I really do love it. And then the rest of this stuff, most of it I got on Amazon, so I will include links to that so that you can see exactly the products that I purchased. Pretty much all of it came from Amazon. So let me know what you guys think. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I'll be sure to share pricing and everything in the blog. So check that out and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.